I provide services for people with disabilities. The main service I provide is assisting them with their employment needs. I do this by contracting with the Division of Vocational Rehabilitation, and I work with the job seekers who are receiving their services. Being independent, I have a lot of flexibility. I can add a personal touch to it. A lot of the other agencies in town have a team of individuals, and they might be a little more confined with regulations within their company and how they like to do their business. So with me, I don't really have a certain culture. I really mold my services to each individual and each employer I'm working with as well. I have a thank you card right on my desk. It was a woman I was working with. Her disability was that she was deaf, and she had her master's degree in human resources, and she was looking for a case management position in town. She had many different job interviews. We revamped her resume so many times, reworded how she filled out applications. We just didn't know what was holding her back from getting offered a job. And I just kept telling her, the right opportunity is gonna come up, the right opportunity is gonna come up, let's not settle. And that's exactly what happened. The right opportunity showed up in town. It was a case management position where she could travel. She was offered the position, and 3 months later, she sent me a thank you card and just for all the work that I helped her with. And I didn't really feel like I was helping her very much. She was teaching me a lot of things along the way as well. But that was someone that I had worked with for a year. And sometimes you just have to wait for that right opportunity.
Back in 2013, I started working at United Airlines. I had been working in corporate strategy and consulting and had been working 80-hour weeks and just was burned out. So I went to go work at United thinking, corporate America, it's gonna be a great job, and it was the most boring thing I've ever done. I was doing strategy for a $40 billion airline that made no money. So I was just herding cats all day. And I had a friend in business school who had went on before school and bought a business off Craigslist. So I was watching Shark Tank one night, had a few beers, and I thought, I'll just go on Craigslist. I'll see if there's something for sale, and looked in Green Bay, which is where I'm originally from, and saw a tent rental business for sale. Texted my brother-in-law and said, what do you think about owning a tent rental business? And he's like, yeah, sign me up, let's do it. He started doing the operational side of the business. I was doing the back office, the customer relations and finances and stuff. I found myself thinking more about that business than anything else. So that's kind of when I got the entrepreneurial bug. We bought that business in 2014. 5 years later, have grown it 5x, and super excited, have a lot of interesting opportunities in the hopper right now. You can compete on quality, you can compete on service, and you compete on price. But you can't compete on all three of them. It's impossible. You can't be Walmart, but selling BMWs. So we compete on price, so we're a value tent, but we want to give a better level of service. We've had people who've been in homeless shelters, we've had people who've been in jail, we've had people who've been in pretty bad spots, and we've helped them get out of those situations and help them grow and help them find a career that they love. There's a lot of things you can do in a big city because you have a lot of people. In Green Bay, there's a lot of smaller concepts you can't do, and a lot of experiences you don't get here just being in a smaller city. So we were excited to bring a lot of that big city feel into pop-up concepts that we do. We like challenging the way people think about things, so instead of calling them events, we call them experiences. And so you come for a tasting event or a cooking class, and hopefully it's something that's a little outside your comfort zone.
I have always been the mother hen. I was the kid when I was little that said, oh, Emily's here, everyone can drop their kids off with Emily and she'll babysit. Even through college, I was a respite care provider. I was an ABA therapist for special needs children and children on the autism spectrum. I was a nanny. I've always just been in that dynamic of serving and caring for others. We are the wedding planners for birth, pregnancy, and the year after you have a baby. We are there to help parents gain confidence in their journey through parenthood, but also help maintain their identity instead of taking on new roles. We want to support families however they envision their family growing, and having that support is so imperative these days. I think my greatest accomplishment, one, is being a mother. That is something I've always wanted to be, and I think I'm pretty good at it. It just depends on the day. Beyond that, in my line of work and what I do, I have created the model of sustainability for doula work. The average lifespan of a doula is 2 to 3 years because of burnout. And I have created a way to be able to do this work and not burn out. And then also be able to take all the talents that these women bring and utilize them to better the community, better our clients. There's all these different ways we can support our community and give back to the community, and it's what you put into it. And it doesn't have to be with money. It can be with just your time and a little bit of effort and what you're good at, being able to share that gift with everyone else.